Scorpios, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Now, as you see, I'm in a little bit of a different environment here. I'm away from home, so my apologies. By the time I did get here and get settled, I just wasn't feeling great. So I did get some medication for my allergies, and I am here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter is what I'm doing for you today, and it is for the week ahead. I am going to start by using the Modern Witch Tarot, and then I will be doing some clarification with the Tarot of the Night, and of course all the other ones that I use. I like to use my little Lenormand Under the Rose sometimes, and a few other decks that I have around here. So here we go. Oh yeah, don't forget, for the month of October we are using the what's it called? The Witch's Wisdom Oracle, and we're going to ask for advice at the end of these readings here. So let me just get out the cards I'm using here. I'm also going to be using the Light Seers Tarot, which is one of my faves. All right, let's start with the Witch's Tarot. All right. I've already blessed these cards, so I'm just going to ask for the assistance of Archangel Michael and Archangel Chamuel for understanding and for guidance. And if I could please have my guides and angels close, please. I do need your help with signs and symbols. All right, here we go. One thing I have noticed is as I'm sitting here, I see a lot of orbs today. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these, and we will start. So if you're someone who is here for the first time, thank you for coming here. I hope that you will click here, that you will subscribe here, and maybe give a thumbs up to one of my videos, and also maybe invite a friend. And I just want you to know that we are a high vibing group here. People here are wonderful. You will enjoy them as much as I do. And here we go. I'm going to start with the Modern Witch Tarot. We need anything for the highest good of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, whether that be about finances, home, hearth, health, friendships, loved ones, lovers. Please give us whatever is of the highest good for Scorpio. Scorpio, highest good for Scorpio. Scorpio. There we go. Okay, so we are starting out with Judgment. Now, we're starting out with Judgment. You guys know that it's Mercury retrograde, right? And I think Mercury is in retrograde for a month. Yeah, I think it's, I hear the groans. I think it's I think it's till the 14th of November. So we have a week leading in, and then a month of the Mercury retrograde, and then a week leading out. So yeah, it's going to be a long one, you guys. Going to be 6 weeks. So Knight of Swords, we've got the Knight of Swords here, and so right away I see that we're dealing with someone probably from the past that might be charging in, and someone who's just going to show up, someone who's not going to plan to see you, not going to ask if they can come over. I have a feeling they're just going to call you maybe when they're in town and say, hey, I'm here, I want to come see you. Then we have the Three of Wands, which tells me you've been waiting for this for quite some time. And then we have the Death card. It might be something to do with transformation. One more, please. One more for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. There we go. We got one. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So learning to build something with someone. All right. And the energy we have on the bottom is the Four of Wands in the reverse, by the way. So, you know, the Four of Wands, even when it's in the reverse, is still the Four of Wands. You know, it still means, it still has to do with a firm foundation. It just means I feel like one person in the relationship is kind of into that firm foundation, really working hard toward it, and the other one not so much. So I see it as sort of half in a little bit, sort of like the Lovers in reverse. I see it as half in. And, or maybe you are in love, but just don't have a relationship that is very solid. Okay, so the Judgment and the Knight of Swords. To me, like I said, this tells me that there is someone that wants to see you from the past. Could be past life, though. Doesn't need to be a past lover. Doesn't need to be an ex-husband or an ex at all. But someone who is going to show up and announce. So I have a feeling that you know this person already. This person who is not going to announce themselves. And then we have the Three of Wands, which tells me you've been waiting for quite some time, Scorpio, to hear from this person, and you haven't heard from them yet. I feel like they had to take time to transform, and so did you. So I feel as though you are going to be not unrecognizable. Of course, I start doing my readings, and here comes the police horns. Nonetheless, there is the Death card is here because of a transformation. So I feel like you have had a transformation as well as your person. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe this person's coming in just to replant this pentacle with you, to show friendship, or, hey, you know, we haven't seen each other in a while. Let's see each other. I feel like they are ready to, it could be a business partner. Maybe they have a business sort of idea for you. But let's clarify first. Let's clarify these here. Judgment for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead, please. There we go. Okay, so we need clarification on Judgment, please. The Judgment card. We have the King of Cups. So Judgment tells me that maybe the person that is coming back, that maybe you had feelings for them before. And you two are coming from a past that didn't work out. I'm still not clear whether it's past life or someone who is just in your past here on the earth since you've been here. But the King of Cups tells me that it was someone who you had romantic interest in. So someone who was very deep to you and kind and loving and, you know, possibly very good looking. And that the King of Cups also tells me that it was a very emotional connection. So it could have also been a connection at a distance. Emotional connections can be made at a distance, even if you don't see the person at all. Why else is the Judgment here, please? Tell me about the Judgment. Clarify Judgment, please. Clarify Judgment. There we go. We've got one here. I'm going to take that one. Judgment is clarified by the Death card. So something came to an end here. I feel like you two grew apart, that you no longer had an interest in each other that you had previous. And that means that you guys started to grow. You started to grow apart, and maybe there just wasn't as much conversation as usual. And eventually you two transformed in your own right, in your own ways. And it was, it was a transformation that kind of broke the relationship. But I feel as though you two were quite attracted to each other. You two had a pretty decent connection when it comes to romance and depth of person. I feel like it was, it was fun while it lasted, essentially. But I do not see anything here that is... Yeah, I don't think it was a bad breakup. I feel like you two just drifted apart. I think that's all it was, that one of you was learning and one of you were not. We'll come back to that, though. I'd like to know what the Knight of Swords is about, please. Why is the Knight of Swords here? The Knight of Swords is here because of the Ace of Wands. So, this person is still passionate about you, Scorpio. They have been arguing within themselves, Five of Wands. Should I, shouldn't I? I'm not sure if I should. I don't even know if this person is with someone. Then we have the the card of the Star, which tells me that some healing has taken place. So you guys drifted apart, I feel, but it wasn't anything like you were like, okay, well, I don't want to date you anymore. That's not how it went on. I feel like what happened is you two just kind of drifted apart. Other things happened, life happened, and you just carried on to the next thing. And I feel as though it wasn't anything bad or sinister that happened. I think you two just kind of grew apart, and that was really that. The Three of Wands, I feel like it's a long time ago. The King of Pentacles is here. That person you felt was a good provider. That person was financially stable. But unfortunately, you guys didn't have a whole lot in common when it came to... we got the Death card again. That's the third time. Wow. So I don't think you guys had... oh, I'm sorry. This is not the Death. This is the Devil, which is attraction. So you guys had an incredible attraction with you. Sorry, I'm just going to hop back. So it was the Judgment card that came out, and then clarified by the Devil and by the King of Cups. Okay, so deep connection with a lot of attraction. All right, so looking at this Three of Wands, what I see here is there was transformation. I think your person transformed into someone that you just didn't know anymore. And this person, I feel, carried on with a business of some kind, because the King of Pentacles is someone who has the Midas touch, right? Everything he touches turns to gold. So I feel like he was... someone who transformed into, maybe he wanted to get married and you didn't, because we did get the Four of Wands in the reverse at the bottom of the pile. So maybe he did want to make it official, and maybe you didn't. Clarifying the Death card here, we have the King of Wands. So I feel like then he transformed into the King of Wands, and being... No, I feel like you transformed into that energy of the King of Wands. That's your transformation, Scorpio. So you transformed, you got a lot of self-confidence. So you became very confident. You became very aware of what you needed to do to move forward in order for you to be able to keep moving in your own life. And I think it kind of left that person behind. But I think eventually they did transform. I feel like they did transform eventually, but then, it was too late. It was too late, and you had already transformed to the King of Wands and went into business. Went into a business of your own, and... the Moon. So you were worried about yourself. So not really knowing what would come in the future with this other person, I feel like you were worried about yourself and decided, you know what, I have to do what I have to do for me, and it's no longer about the other person. So when you guys started to break away from each other because you were each transforming in your own way, I feel like you went off, opened a business, transformed, not really knowing what would be you took a risk, not really knowing what would be in the future. You took a risk and you decided that you were going to do this all on your own because you couldn't get the other person to buy in. The other card we have is the King of Swords. King of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like there might have been a lot of harsh words, attacking words. Maybe this person didn't expect that you would become so self-sufficient, become someone who could make their own decisions, who wanted to make their own decisions without having to ask someone. So I feel like the King of Swords, when it's in the reverse, is a little bit hard to take, very harsh with their words, that they can almost lose their way, I feel, when the King of Swords comes out. And when I mean lose their way, I mean that people they used to be nice to, they're not very nice to, they're pushing people away, alienating themselves, because they just can't find the words that they need in order to be able to move forward. Like, I just don't think we're there anymore, Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here, please? Because I feel like you really wanted to plant this pentacle with that person. You really wanted that person from the past to hang around and see you at your best, to see you grow and move through your life. And that never happened because I think that person became jealous. Yeah, King of Swords I see as a bit of jealousy when it's in the reverse. I think that person became jealous of your success and then just didn't move along. Or moved along without you. Got this one sticking out here. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Yeah, once you guys started having trouble, I feel like you didn't know what to do at that point. Am I supposed to take what this person gives me and just hope that it works out, or should I make decisions for myself and move forward? And you weren't sure what to do. You really wanted to plant the pentacle with somebody, but you decided to do it on your own because you really are the only person that you can trust, right, at this point. So Ace of Pentacles, clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, please. There we go. Ace of Pentacles is the Seven of Pentacles. So you had, you know, you did wait. You waited as long as you could in order to put off going on your own path, because you knew that if you went on your own path, it would be without this other person. But I think that eventually you just realized that this person hadn't planned on coming along anyway. There's Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I feel like there was some love there, but that you decided that it just wasn't, you know, that person wasn't going to be at your side. They weren't going to help you. They weren't going to cheer you along. They were just going to be jealous of or envious of the way you transformed and started moving about the world in a different way. And I think they felt as though they didn't know you after your transformation. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot here for more clarification, because I'd like to get on that clarification with the Justice card. We have the Justice card, then we have in the upright the Devil, and we also have the King of Cups. So this person from the past, I feel, could have been a water sign, could have been like you, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. The Devil is Capricorn, also could have been a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. But I feel as though the person that I've got energy for, that you were very attracted to this person and they almost felt like your drug. Like I feel like they felt like your drug of choice, and you just felt as though you could not get, you could not see any further than that person. And I think that kind of scared you a little bit. Why is the Devil here, please? Explain the Devil card. We have the Devil here is clarified by the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man tells me, yeah, you waited around, you waited for this person of yours to do their own thing. You thought that maybe you two would get into a business together. You waited and pondered and wondered what you should do, but then eventually you just decide to let go and move forward because your person was too scared to move forward and you just needed to take the risk to find out what would happen. Why is the King here, please? The King of Cups. King of Cups, please. King of Cups, please. King of Cups. King of Cups. Oh, there we go. King of Cups is here because of the Empress. So I feel with the Empress card showing up that you started connecting with Spirit, and you knew in your heart, in your soul, in your energy, you knew you had to move forward. And that is what really ended up you two, that's why you two ended up coming apart, because this person is someone who would be happy watching you just stay with them, being theirs, staying with them, you know, just being theirs, rather than, you know, doing the things that made you happy. And really that's when you look at it, that's not really someone who has a lot of love for you. When they're, you know, it's like a caged bird, right? Why would you cage a bird? It's beautiful and it should be doing what it wants, and it's its most beautiful when it's outside the cage and happy. So I feel that this is the type of feeling that went on. Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords, and which to me is someone who shows up unannounced. And I feel as though that this person, maybe they ended up showing up unannounced. You ended up thinking about planting a pentacle for with this person, but I feel like you decided to take the road that was to health, mental health, physical health. And in doing that, I feel like you empowered yourself. So where did you take the pentacle? And why did you look around for so long? Like, why did you wait for so long before you made your decision? What made you make this decision, Pisces or Scorpio? What made you make this decision to move along? What made you make this move? Yeah, you felt stuck in your own energy. You felt stagnant in your own energy, and that's why you had to move on. Then you had to do the right thing, but you had to do the right thing by yourself. That's the Hierophant. You had to do right by you. You had to go ahead, move forward, and figure out what it was that you were going to do for you. There is the Hermit. So the Hermit is Virgo, the Hierophant is Taurus, and then we have the Eight of Swords, which could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So, yeah, so I feel like this person from the past, you two end up separating, and I think that you spent a lot of time contemplating that. I think you didn't take it lightly. You knew that the two of you were coming apart, like you were moving further and further apart, and I feel like you had to do the right thing by yourself. You were stagnant in your energy, and you needed to move forward so you could have what you needed. So then we have the Three of Wands, which tells me you're waiting, and then you're waiting, and once you get transformation, I feel like you decide that you can no longer be with this person, because it is you, in your transformation, you realize that it is you that is the King of Pentacles energy, that you do have the energy to... everything you touch turns to gold. You are feeling like you can do it on your own, that you don't need another person. And what happens then? Clarify the card of death. Clarify the death. I think you stop waiting and you just start becoming abundant. You stop waiting for this person to catch up to you energetically and spiritually, and then you just decide to take a leap forward. And when that person does not follow you, that's why they end up getting left behind. So the Three of Wands, the Death card, and the King of Pentacles. Clarify what else has happened here, please. Clarify what else has happened here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. There we go. On the side here. And yeah, then I think you just move away. If you don't move away mentally, you move away physically. So sorry. You move away physically, and I think that you just felt like you had to go from the chaos to the calm in your mind, because this is the card of swords. It is also about moving away. You could be getting into a vehicle and moving away, but I feel like you do both. You end up moving away, and you end up going from chaos to the calm, because maybe this person was someone who gave you a little bit of chaos. Why did you go? Why did you go? Tell us why you went. Why did you go, Scorpio? Was it that chaotic? Yeah, you were tired of waiting. Three of Wands. You were tired of waiting for your time. And you knew that it was now or never, that it was your time. And then we have you transforming here, the Death card. And that is clarified by the Moon and by the King of Wands. So you decide to get up, take charge, get up, grab the thing that you want, and the King of Swords is in the reverse. I feel like your person decides that they're not happy with that, you seem to be moving further and further away from them, because you are someone who is wanting more for your life. And so because that person, your person who I feel is in the past, that person wanted to stay still. They didn't feel like they wanted to move forward. They were too scared to take a risk. They just wanted to stay in their comfortably polished rut. And that's not at all what a Scorpio is about. So then there ensued some angry stuff going on here, because the King of Swords is in the reverse. And when the King of Swords is in the reverse, he's abusive, hard to deal with, verbally abusive. So tell me more about the King of Swords, please. King of Swords. Yeah, I think that you were scared to move along, but that you did move along. And then when you decided to move away or move along, that's when the King of Swords in the reverse comes in. But then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you're working really hard. You're working on self-love. You're working on, making a better you, building a better you. And while you're doing that, you're reaching out for all the things you've ever wanted. And that does not make your person happy, because they thought you were going to be there forever. But you knew that eventually you were going to be the Queen of Pentacles. You were going to be the person who is financially stable. You are going to be someone who is going to use their intuition and manifest whatever it is. I see her as being quite intuitive because her eyes are closed, but I feel like you wanted to be able to be charitable. You wanted to be able to help all others around you with the money that you were making, and you wanted to be financially stable. And your person, the one that you were with in the past, they weren't willing to take that risk with you. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we came to clarify the Ace of Pentacles was the Eight of Swords, stagnant energy, not wanting to plant the pentacle, not knowing what to do, and then the Seven of Pentacles. So you do plant the seeds of intention, and then wait for the time when you start reaping the rewards. So let's ask about the Seven of Pentacles. What sort of intentions were you planting here? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What sort of seeds of intention were you planting? You were planting the seeds of ending a chapter. So you basically go to Spirit and say, look, I know there's things that I have to do. You have a conversation with Spirit. You get some clarity, and you know that what you have to do in order to be able to move forward. And that is to, cut this other person loose. And not, like I said, not by going to them and saying, look, we have to break up. I feel like you two just, grow apart from each other, that you don't see each other as much. Maybe you're not texting as much. You don't call as much. And then before you know it, more and more time is between you. So I don't think it was, I feel as though your person got pretty angry, but maybe didn't show it. But I feel like there's some sort of abusive language, abuse here. Somebody really got the gears because they wanted to better themselves. And you know what? It's worth any kind of verbal abuse you can take to be able to move out and take care of yourself. I feel like here, the reason you wanted to plant the pentacle, I think that the seeds that you planted, the intentions you planted, were to do it alone. And you knew that you could do it alone. All you needed is some clarity from Spirit, which you got. All right, is there anything else I need to clarify here? I don't think so. We're going to go straight to the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. I'm going to pull 2 cards here for advice. If I could have advice, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead, please. There we go. We need 2 cards. There's one. We've got Candles and Magic. And then we have Spirit and Invocation. So let's take a look at those. I'm just going to read them from the book here. Candles and Magic. What's that? There we go. All right, so it says... It says here, magic comes from deep within. Ignite the flame, let it begin. Desires in mind, don't be the fool. Focus as you choose your tool. It says, you desire to work as a magical practitioner. Your desire to work as a magical practitioner is acknowledged as candles illuminate the path of the wise for you. So, magical practitioner, I really believe that the magic is in the manifestation. So I'm not a witch, and so I don't take the readings from this book as that. So for me, it is, it's a magical practice to be able to meditate and manifest. So I feel like that's what they're giving lend to here. So it says the spark of inner wisdom calls you to invoke the divine, for which you do when you manifest. For true magic begins with your desire to make something happen. Yes, you're desiring to make something happen. Time for a candle's magic. As you gaze into the sacred flame, you are reminded of your true connection to the source. For your soul spark is immortal. Never doubt your abilities of focus, willpower, and visualization, for in doing so, you are disregarding the powers of the world that live beyond that which is seen. Remember, all is magic and illusion. The sacred act of candle magic has been with you since your very first birthday. Oh, that's really, really true. You know, we wish wishes for our birthday over candles. As you blew at the flickering flame before you made a wish, you worked with the 3 principles of magic that make dreams come true: belief in your tools as well as in yourself. Is key as you keep in mind the threefold law when performing any magic ritual. It says, this is a magical time for you. Your manifesting abilities are strong. Keep your thoughts and focus positive. Use candles at home, at bath time, sacred ceremony. Study candle colors for healing and magical purposes. Keep shining brightly. So when they say study candles for colors and healing magical purposes, they're of course talking about the chakra colors. So, you know, the red being the sacral chakra, the blue being the throat chakra. That's what I'm trying to do today, because I'm not feeling like I can really get my point across. It's been hard with Mercury retrograde, but nonetheless, that's what it's saying. It is saying for you to do the thing that you want to do, that you're on the right path and you're doing it well. Spirit and it didn't say invocation; it said initiation. Spirit and initiation. Let me take a look here. Spirit, there we go. Didn't have my glasses on, I guess. All right. So it says here, let me look at that picture there. Spirit and initiation. It says, could it be right to go alone or join a coven? What is shown? Spirit calls you to be true. The choice is yours. It's up to you. And so, you know, to do it by yourself or to be at a group. It says the element of spirit is supreme. It is the manifest universe spirit, containing the substance of all that exists. Take a moment to look at where and how your connection with spirit lies strongly. You might feel a power connection through the gathering of people. Interesting. And so joining and being a part of a coven would help strengthen your link. Now, coven, congregation, group of people, social group of people, it could be any of those. It says here, maybe it's being solitary and alone in nature, in welcoming spirit through the presence of animals and the variety of plants and trees that surround you that make you feel loved. No way is the wrong way, for it is your relationship with spirit that is the most important of all. Initiation offers to assist you in making a commitment to walk your true path and honor spirit in whichever way you are naturally led. So again, that goes on with the end of this reading here. You were going to plant a pentacle, wondered who you should plant it with. You decided that because you felt stagnant in your energy, that you were going to plant the seeds of intention here, and you did so. And then your intention was to end the chapter, was to close the chapter. And then you had some conversation with spirit. What do I do next? So I feel like after you went into this sort of manifestation meditation period, that you spoke with spirit and asked what you should do, and then decided that it was time for you to carry on by yourself. Because you know what? When you have a feeling or a draw to do something, do not ignore that. Do not ignore it. I mean, as long as it's not going to hurt anyone else. Do not ignore it. I've been in a corporate business for almost 11 years, and I was dying there. I was I was mentally abused there. It was a toxic environment there. And one day I just decided I needed to go. And I went, and it terrified me. And the people around me said, what do you think you're doing? You're at this corporate job, one of the biggest in Canada. Why are you leaving? And I said, I just can't sell my soul like that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I need to do something that helps people. So I have a feeling that that's what happened to you, that you knew that you could be okay staying there in your bubble with this person and, you know, never growing, never seeing anything new, but you couldn't, your feel or your want to change was stronger than your want to stay the same. So yeah, I hear you. I hear you, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go for now. Scorpio, I hope that you have been having a good week. I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead. I will be back on Monday with your readings next week. Yeah, feeling a little better. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes. I'm going to go up and down, off and on. That's the way it goes in the fall for me. But thanks for coming here. Thanks for being here. And I'm looking to seeing you later. Bye.